Hey everybody, this video is going to cover the homework assignments for the week 6 module. So you've clicked on this tab where the video is, and underneath this tab you'll see 4 sub-tabs for the week 6 homework assignments. The first sub-tab tells you to read chapters 11 and 13. So chapter 11 covers compare and contrast, and chapter 13 covers classification. So don't feel like you have to spend a whole lot of time going over each chapter. Most of the information from each chapter is also provided in the PowerPoint and video lesson for each one. But looking at the chapter and seeing it visually might help you a little bit, especially if you are struggling to understand either of those types of paragraphs. But what I really want you to focus on is everything underneath what you need to read. So the first actual assignment that you're going to have to write this week is writing assignment number 3, a compare and contrast paragraph. So for week 5, we did an exemplification / evaluation paragraph and a process analysis paragraph. So this week, the first paragraph we're going to write is a compare and contrast paragraph. So decide on a topic that you want to either compare or contrast. Pay attention to the methods of development covered in the PowerPoint, right? Are you going to do one side at a time or point by point? Make sure that that's clear, that the organization is crystal clear. And remember that there's usually an underlying purpose for comparing or contrasting. Are you looking at two things that most everybody thinks are really similar, but you're going to show how they're actually different? Are you looking at two things that everybody thinks are really different, but you're going to show how they're actually pretty similar? So choose your topics wisely. Make sure you have an underlying purpose for doing the comparing or the contrasting. And then make sure you have a clear method of development, either one side at a time or point by point. And then just write a paragraph. Make sure you've got a clear topic sentence that tells us that you're comparing or contrasting and what the topics are that you're looking at. Make sure that you follow that method of development to a T all the way through, that you've provided enough examples for each section, that you have a concluding sentence, that you have proofread the paragraph. It's going to be in a Word document. The assignment packet or the assignment sheet has useful information on it when you go to the assignment itself. But just remember, if you aren't quite sure, go back, review the material under the compare and contrast lesson, the PowerPoint and the video lesson, maybe even look through chapter 11, and then come to me if you still aren't quite sure what you're supposed to do. But again, this is just like last week, one paragraph comparing and contrasting, right? And then the next item is writing assignment number 4, which is the classification paragraph. That's the other type of paragraph we looked at in the week 6 module. So decide on a topic that you want to categorize. You've had some journal topics on this, I think even a discussion on it. When you go to the assignment and you open the file that's attached that has the assignment sheet, it even lists some possible topics. I believe you should be able to find something that you want to work with. Remember, you have to have the categories of classification. How are you categorizing your topic? What are the criteria that you're using to classify the topic? And you're just going to write a classification paragraph. Make sure you have a good topic sentence that clearly indicates not only your topic, but the fact that you are classifying it. Make sure you have clear categories, that you have clear examples for each category, that you have your concluding sentence, that you've looked over it, you've proofread it before submitting it. It'll be typed in a Word document, right? If you aren't quite sure, make sure you go back through the material under the classification lesson, go through the PowerPoint and the video lesson, maybe even look through chapter 13, and then come to me if you're still struggling to figure out how to do this paragraph. Just like the paragraphs in week 5, for writing assignment number 1 and writing assignment number 2, you're not doing a rough draft of the paragraphs and getting my feedback on them. You're just submitting the final draft to me, and I will be grading it. but you will have a chance to revise if you don't do very well on it. But I still want you to try your best, because if you don't have to revise, if what you submit the first time around is a good grade, then even better, right? But I don't want you to stress yourself out too much, worrying yourself sick that the paragraph isn't going to be up to par. Do the work you need to do for it, but I always give you a second chance if necessary. And we will have enough time left, not a whole lot of time in the term, but we will have enough time where you can redeem yourself, so to speak. All right. And then the last item for week 6 is obviously the week 6 discussion. The week 6 discussion is called to peer review or not to peer review. So when you get to that discussion, you're going to see that there is an article that you need to read. I give you a link to it, and you'll need to read it and then answer some questions about it. Right? Make sure you get your response to the post or your response to the prompt posted by Thursday night at midnight if possible. And then the discussion will close Sunday night at midnight. So at least try to make sure you're finished with it before it closes, because normally I'm not allowed to reopen them unless instructed by my boss. So if you have any questions about the discussion, let me know. If you have any technical difficulties, if you have any difficulties opening up the link to the article, or if you have any difficulties with getting your response to post, let me know as soon as possible so we can get that worked out. But that's it for week 6. Go over chapters 11 and 13 briefly. Write your paragraph for writing assignment number 3, the compare and contrast paragraph, and your paragraph for writing assignment number 4, the classification paragraph, and the week 6 discussion. If you're struggling to understand the material, go back through the lessons in the week 6 module first, and then come to me if you're still struggling with it, and I will help you out as best as I can. All right. Good luck with everything, and I look forward to reading your writing assignments this week.